Hello everybody, so just quickly, for those who find my video without going through my website, my name is Gilles Ortubise and my scientific or self-taught and multidisciplinary scientist name and inventor is Gilles Lauzon Ortubise, and I am the owner and the founder of the first human multiintelligence.com. So the title of this video is How Did Our Galaxy, the Milky Way, Originate? Part 4. So continued from part 3 and excerpt from the article Black Hole 4 of 4, which are actually black celestial sphere of all size, ranging from dwarf and giants. And these texts are published on on my website firsthumanmultiintelligence.com, and which are so regarding its mass. So I start again with a paragraph which I said before. Regarding its mass, which is estimated at 580 billion solar mass, it seemed to be acceptable, considering the fact that these objects are considerably distant from us, and that they represent considerable difficulty to be overcome in order to carry out further calculation. In addition, and in what's follow, there are hypothesis elements, potential explanation, and potential suggestion we try to be the best and to be put forward so far, and which are so the number of 17.22. So the number of the paragraph 17.22.1 by hypothesis regarding the mass of the supermassive black celestial sphere, which is actually a supermassive black celestial sphere. It is estimated between 4.1 and 4.5 billion solar mass. And by hypothesis, it is false for several reasons, and among others, the following. So the number of the paragraph, which is 17.22.1.1, on the other hand, and by hypothesis, even if the mass of all objects in the universe is zero with respect to space, with respect to space, because space-time and the space fabric or the space-time fabric does not exist. And aside from situation where another happens to come into contact with the surface gravity of another object, which is the unique type of situation where an object is found to manifest mass and uniquely relative to the surface gravity force of another object. As an example, when an object that has a total maximum mass of 1 kilogram compared to the Earth's maximum surface gravity force, and that subsequently it is found to comes into contact with the maximum force of surface gravity of Mars, its mass is found to be at only 0.379 grams. And when the same object comes out of the two examples of maximum surface gravity forces, its maximum mass is found to be 0 gram. Like that of all others objects in the universe that happen to be completely outside of a maximum surface gravitational force of another gravitational object. So that's despite these logical and undisputable evidence of a mass of 0 gram for all objects in the universe, it's very hard to imagine, because most scientists believe in space-time or space-time fabric that does not exist, because they are intellectually incapable by an earthly reflex. A reflex, so earthly reflex, because they live on Earth. So why an earthly reflex? Because they are incapable of imagining the functioning of the universe and attractive gravitational forces apart from the surface gravity force of an object like the Earth, for example. Nevertheless, all objects in the universe have mass because they are made of matter, but this matter cannot manifest in a space where there is no surface gravity force of an object, which can manifest on the object and its matter. And that is the only reason why its mass is zero. On the other hand, and regarding to the estimate of between 4.1 and 4.5 million solar mass for our supermassive black celestial flare from the center of our Milky Way galaxy, she appears to be considerably less than a mass she should have. Next paragraph which starts 17.22.1.2. By hypothesis and in comparison, the mass of the gravitational engine of the solar system, which is the Sun, it is 99.86% of the total mass of its solar system. So in a context that is proportional to our Milky Way galaxy, if the mass of its gravitational motor is 99.86% of its total mass, this represents a mass of 579 billions and 188 millions. No, this represents a mass of 579.188 billion solar mass. Except this mass seems a priori to be much too high. On the other hand, the higher mass of the two science estimate is 4.5 billion solar mass, and in compared to the total and approximate mass of the 580 billion solar mass of the Milky Way, its gravitational engine has a mass that is only 0.000775% of the second largest galaxy in the local group. So of course, the mass of the supermassive black celestial sphere of the center of our galaxy, of the Milky Way, it could not be so low. It doesn't make any sense, because its mass, to compare to the rest of the mass of the entire Milky Way, it's only 0.000775%. So it's too low. This mass it's not logic. It's really too low, and it doesn't make any sense. So that's why the mass of the supermassive black celestial flare should be much closer than the 580 billion solar mass. So it should be much closer than the entire mass of the entire Milky Way galaxy. So that's enough for this video, and see you to the next video, which I give it to you more explanation about our galaxy. So thank you and have a nice day.